All right. Hello, everybody. This is Creative Mike here, and I want to start up by always start off with a quote, right? So, to stand up straight with your shoulders back is to accept the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. It means deciding to voluntarily transform the chaos of potential into the realities of habitable order. It means adopting the burden of self conscious vulnerability and accepting the end of unconscious paradise of childhood, where finitude and mortality are only dimly comprehended. It means willingly undertaking the sacrifices necessary to generate a productive and meaningful reality. What this means, it means acting to please God in the ancient language. This is a quote by Jordan Peterson. So, with that being said, it is 5 o'clock right now in Chicago, Illinois. It's super dark outside, and I just wanted to jump on here, go over a couple things with a few of you here that are going to be listening to me. So thank you for jumping on. First of all, I want to go over a quick rundown of what a Morby method is. Get a lot of questions. I have about two Morby deals right now, working on the third one. So Morby Method was a type of strategy created by Pace Morby. That's why it's named the Morby Method. And with the Morby Method, what we essentially do is we get debt financing from a lender, anywhere from 50, 60, 70, or 80%. And then we have the seller carry the remainder of the equity in a form of a mortgage note and a promissory note. So basically, they're the bank in second lien position on title. And this is a fantastic strategy for anybody that's looking to acquire property with no money down, has decent credit. Typically, what you're looking for is you're looking for about a 640 credit score to get up to 75 or 80%. I mean, if you have a lower credit score, you might be able to get up to 70, 60. But typically, you want at least a 640 credit score to get a decent rate because you still have to cash flow the property. So it's got to be at least like a 1-to-1 ratio most of the time. So for example, if the mortgage with the interest, the taxes and insurance is $2,000 and the rent is $2,000, you're good to go. If the rent is higher than $2,000, then you are more than good to go. But if for whatever reason, when they do the appraisal and they do what's called a rental cost analysis for that area of rentals, and it comes back under your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is, then you will most likely not get the loan, or you have to decrease the amount of money you're borrowing from your current lender. Now, this is a strategy not for newbies. So, newbies, this is a strategy not for you. You have to be working with a good title agent that understands how to structure these strategies, with a good title company, and your loan officer also has to understand how to structure this and how to send this and submit it to underwriting, because there's two legs of this transaction. The first leg of the transaction is going to be with the actual lender. And then once that loan closes, simultaneously, there's a second leg of the transaction. And that transaction is going to be done through the title company. They're going to they have the paperwork in place already for the seller, and the seller has a mortgage note created for whether it's 30 or 40% that they're carrying. I would suggest not having balloons on this. A balloon is when the loan is due, because you are giving your seller such a huge down payment. But if you have to, maybe do like a 10-year balloon or an 8-year balloon, or if the seller is very adamant about, hey, I want my money back out faster, maybe you can just do a 5-year balloon with an appraisal extension clause. What that kind of looks like is basically, well, let's say you can put down, seller agrees to extend 1 year, additional 1 year, if property does not appraise with at least 25% of equity or more. And you can have with a cap of, let's say, 84 months or 120 months, whatever you want. So basically, every year you can do an appraisal. If it doesn't appraise, has 25% equity, you can extend that balloon and continue to extending until you reach that cap. So that's a little bit more advanced, right? A little more advanced. So you always want to joint venture with somebody that has done it or has witnessed it or has seen it, or with a title company that has processed the transaction. You never want to try to do it alone, especially if you're new, because once again, this is more of an advanced strategy. Pace talks about it. So make sure you get your ducks in a row. Make sure the seller understands everything. And make sure that you're working with the right people. So, if you guys want to know more about Morby Methods, and if you guys want to inquire about them or joint venture, help me structure it for you and get it to the finish line, feel free to reach out. Shoot me a DM. If you're following me on Instagram, it's creative_Mike. If you're following me on Facebook, it's just my first name and last name, Michael Molusco. So if you guys want to take a look at that and kind of expand your horizon when it comes to structuring deals and getting more deals or getting or qualifying more deals, it's usually really you're using the strategy when a seller just wants a big down payment. So when you're coming in offering a smaller down payment or no down payment, and let's say your seller wants to go ahead and buy an RV. Let's just say they're retiring. They're like, hey, listen, Mike, I like you. I like this deal, but I also need the cash. Well, what do you need the cash for? Well, me and my wife were retiring, and we need about 150 to $200,000 to buy ourselves an RV that we've been looking at for a long time. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Seller, if I give you that $200,000, I'm going to have to go and get debt at about 8 or 9%, right? Do you agree with me right now with today's rates? They'll probably say, yes, I do. Well, I say, listen, if I can get you that $200,000 and I can get approved and I can get this approved by my underwriting department, would you be opposed to carrying the additional 30 or 40% with no payments for 84 to 120 months, and then just be quiet and just see what they say? A lot of times those are their bunnies, so that's their pain point, that's their motivation, is they need that money to buy what they need to get on to their next chapter. So it's never really about the numbers in the beginning. It's finding out what's going on and how you can help them. So if you can offer them and you can help them with the money so they can move on to their next chapter, they will be more inclined to open up to you and at least entertain your offer and hear you out. If you just come in there and open up, oh well, I can give you this, and you just start confusing them, it's not going to work. So first, make sure that you first find out what they need the money for. Some people think it's rude. I personally don't care. What do you need the money for? Because a lot of times, if it's an investment property and they want such a big down payment, they're going to pay capital gains on it. So after paying the realtors, after paying closing costs, and then capital gains, they might not even have enough money to buy that RV, right? Depends if they have a mortgage or not. So it just really depends on the situation. But if you guys are running into sellers, excuse me, that are looking for big down payments, then you have to understand how to do a Morby method. It is a fantastic strategy, and I currently have two going on right now. On the other hand, we got some new deals in, guys. We got some new deals in. So let's see here. I'm gonna go over some of these new deals. So if you're listening, you're a buyer, or if you're a wholesaler and you have buyers that you want to put your fee on top of our fee, we're all ears. So I can connect you over to our dispo manager at any time, and then we can chat about it. But we have a property right now. It's in Jacksonville, Florida. It is a 4-3, and that's one of the properties that we have. So if you're buying in Jacksonville, Florida, we have a 4-3 right now. I also just got a couple more emails here with some more properties. Let me go over these here. So another property that we have is we have one in Dallas, Texas. So if there's any buyers here in Dallas, Texas, we currently have one. So it's by Dallas. It's in Crandall, Texas. So it's a suburb of Dallas, right? So it's a city close to Dallas, Texas. Crandall, Texas, 75114 is going to be the zip code. Purchase price, guys, only 276,000. Entry fee is pretty low, so give us a call to find out about the entry fee, and then we can go ahead and discuss that with you. But the entry fee is going to be pretty low. It's going to be under 10%. So if you're asking me what's the entry fee, it's under 10%. Most of our deals are going to be under 10%. So that's another one that we just got. And then we have another one here. Oh, if you guys are if anybody here is looking for a nice property in Panama City Beach, Florida, we did have a buyer back out just a few days ago. So we are looking for a backup buyer. This property has an ADU, which is fully remodeled. The initial property is fully remodeled as well. So you're walking into a fully updated property. It was mismanaged when it comes to the Airbnb. They were renting it out, and then they were renting it out for a long-term tenant on the ADU, so they didn't really capitalize, and they weren't able to capture that entire Airbnb revenue, which is with revenue about is about 95,000 if you put the one and two together, and it's literally walks from the beach, and it's in Panama City, Florida. It's a gorgeous property. It's a gorgeous property, very well maintained. The gentleman that owns this property, he lives in Tennessee. So he just kind of, he bought the property when like they had the whole craze going on with Airbnb and how much money you can make on Airbnb. But, that dream has died down, as we all know, right? So, a lot of people have lost their shirts on Airbnb because it's not easy to manage an Airbnb, especially not easy to manage an Airbnb when you're thousands of miles away, and you obviously cannot always count on a property manager either, right? Because you have to make sure you understand the numbers as well. I don't think that the person understands really what he was doing. So if anybody's a good Airbnb manager or a property manager and wants to see this property is beautiful. So shoot me a DM or quickly or send me over a message and I can send you over the details on it. But when we first listed it, it moved pretty quickly, so I think it's going to move pretty quickly again. We do have some interested buyers looking at it right now, running their numbers, but the numbers pencil out. So I think the cash flow is going to be about, after it's all said and done with expenses, you're probably looking at about $1,200. I think our entry fee on that one is only 65,000, and the purchase price is 625. And the seller is carrying a second, so there's you're taking over the first mortgage, and then the seller is carrying the second mortgage as well. So there's going to be two loans on the property, the first one and the second one, but the second payment is very very little. So like I said, after all the expenses, being very conservative as well, you're probably going to cash flow about $1,200. So the cash on cash return on that is going to be, let's see here. So let's just say 1,200, and then you have let's see here. So 1,200 dun, 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 times 12 is 14 divided by 65,000. It's about 22% cash on cash return. So 22%. If you want to add in more fees, whatever, let's just be conservative. Let's say 15%. I mean, 15% of you guys are looking for at least 12% cash on cash return. I know I am looking for at least 12 caps, right? When it comes to single family properties, at least 12% cash on cash return. So, a great property, but this one not only will give you a nice cash on cash return, it's a beautiful area, so you're going to see a lot of appreciation over the years. And if you're living in the East Coast or in the Midwest, like I am, this is a fantastic property. If you want to purchase for your family, maybe you want to buy it as a second home and then rent it out when you're not there, right? So great opportunity. And also for all you high active income earners, guess what? There's a tax code where if you're buying a property, it's a short-term rental, you can take advantage of the accelerated depreciation. I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, but I've heard some things. I've heard some things. So, don't take my advice on this. Call your CPA, call your accountant. But there is a statute in the book where it specifically discusses if you're buying short-term rentals, what you can and what you cannot do. So, to all you high active income earners in the cold states where it's freezing right now, hey, this is a great way to save yourself some money on taxes when you're filing in 2026. So, if you guys are interested, just reach out. Once again, Panama City, Florida. Beautiful, beautiful home, fully remodeled with an ADU, which is very, very rare. It's very rare for an Airbnb to actually cash flow now these days. I mean, it's crazy how many of these Airbnbs are not cash flowing. I think I probably seen and looked at about 20 different Airbnbs before I found this one, and this one cash flows. So, like I said, very, very rare to see an Airbnb cash flow. Let's see what other properties besides that Dallas, Texas property. What else? What else did we get in today? Let's see here. Let's see what we got. What do we got? All right. So, oh, this was a nice one. This is a really nice one. We got one in Melbourne, Florida. That's cool. All right. So Melbourne, Florida. Um, it is, there's no HOA on this one. That's pretty sweet. 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 910 square feet. Looks like it's close to downtown Melbourne, which obviously has the beach vibe. You got your restaurants, you got your boutiques, you got your bars for all you guys that love to go out, date nights, all that good stuff. And wow, entry fee only on this one is only 22,900. I'm surprised. This is a nice property. This is a very nice property. 22,900, and this one is in Melbourne, Florida. So, if you guys are interested in Melbourne, Florida, let me know, and I can definitely send this off to you guys. Shout out to a couple of guys that are joining the stream. Ellie, what's up? How are you guys doing? Let me put a smiley face in here. I can see comments on what do you call it, on Instagram, but it's hard for me to see any comments anywhere else. Like I said, I still haven't really been really really learned how to work all this stuff here for some reason. So can't see YouTube comments, can't see anything else. But or Facebook comments. But yeah, so shout out to Roman, Ellie, Manuel, PJ, Invest with Base, Invest with Base. Oh, there's the comments. What okay, now I'm seeing the cool stuff. We're gonna do a deal very soon. Brother, let's get one going, man. Let's do it. I think I'm at like 7 deals on the board right now. A bunch of them are already assigned in escrow. So let's do a deal together. Yeah, I'm totally down. Creative Mike is the man. Oh, cool, man. Thanks, Bri. I appreciate that. Um, I'm Oliver London. What's going on, brother? Invest with Bays. Oh, okay. So okay, same guy. Okay, commenting. Thanks for commenting, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's do some deals. Let's make some money together. This is like I said, this is a collaborative business, guys. Like I cannot stress this enough. I don't want to do anything alone. I don't know about you, but I don't want to do anything alone. I hate doing stuff alone. I'm alone in this office. Unfortunately, I'm alone in this office by myself all day, every day. My team's virtual. My team's remote. I have people in California. I have my people, my Filipino VAs in the Philippines. So it's just little old me in the office, making phone calls, talking to sellers, talking to realtors. So it gets lonely, right? So when you guys are saying, "Hey, let's do a deal together," I love to collab, man. I love to collab. And whoever's listening right now, if you're like in the Midwest, right, and if you can drive out here, and if you want to come to one of my meetups that I'm going to be having, I'm telling you, it's going to be a transformative meetup. We're going to be discussing deals. We're going to be making sure we all meet each other. We're going to be networking to the fullest extent. When you're going to get out there, even if you're a new guy, I guarantee you're going to be able to bring some value to someone in that room, right? So we want to learn from people that are better than us, myself included. I love to be in rooms where I can learn. Right? I never want to be in a room where I'm the smartest guy in the room. Right? That's the worst room you can possibly be in. So get yourself around people that are smarter than you. So if you guys are gonna want to come in, if you're in Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, anything like around, not too far from Chicago suburbs, shoot me a DM with your email. I'll add you over to the email list. When the meetup happens, I'll send it over to you. I'd love to see you here. I've done deals in different states in the Midwest. I've done a lot of deals in the southern states. So I do deals all over the place. So if you guys are want to swing by here, man, I love to meet you. I love to see you. Frank Lamarck, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? We got to get some more pie next time. Actually, I've been talking about that place for a while now. So I really, really would love to get out there again and share some pie with you. So yeah, Frank is actually a friend of mine that I met through the Sub Two community, and not too long ago, before the new year, we ended up eating pizza together at a very very good place. There's not even a sign out there, but it was fantastic. So Frank, thank you so much for that recommendation. It was such a pleasure meeting you in person, and I'm sure we're going to do some business together in the near future. Um, so with that being said, I think we have any more if there's any more meetups. If you guys have any questions, shoot them off. The only ones I see right now are on Instagram. That's it. So because I think I'm connected to TikTok Live as well, but I don't see anything on TikTok. I don't think so. Because I'm using Restream, so I'm not really sure what I see or what I don't see here. I probably have to go live on TikTok itself to see anything, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm trying to be more productive by using different services, so I don't have to stream everywhere, right? So yeah. Oh, but by the way, yeah, that's what I use. I use Restream. So if you guys want to know what I use Restream. I'm connected to like seven different streaming platforms right now. So I think right now I'm on YouTube, Facebook Live, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok Live, and what else am I on? I'm on Kick too. Kick, yes, yes, yes. I started Kick too, so I'm on Kick. So if you guys want to follow me, guys, if you guys are not following me on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else, please give me a follow. That grows. And for me, it's not about the followers, it's just about just spreading good information and collabing with people. I mean, that's how I meet people is just doing streams, networking, doing my videos, posting what I'm doing, the flips that I'm doing, the calls that I'm doing, the deals that I'm doing, breaking down deals for you guys. I have a deal that I'm gonna be closing this month, man. If this deal closes, I'm gonna break it down for you guys from like beginning to end, and you're gonna be like, damn, what a deal, So that's something that I'm gonna be doing. Joe 3I Revere. Oh, hey Mike. Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing? How's everything going, Joe? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. I'm doing good. So hello, hello, hello. So today I'm gonna have to head out pretty soon because we have my partner, she has a company party, and they have like a casino thing going on. So what they're doing is they're giving everybody 500 chips, but it's not really gambling. So you can use the chips and you can go pretend to gamble, and then you can go ahead and exchange those chips for prizes. So I think that's pretty cool. I haven't dressed up in a while. I'm like a hoodie, like a hat guy. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a this is a Luigi hat. So Luigi and Mario, I'm a pretty big Nintendo. Back in the day, I used to love to play Super Nintendo. I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, I'm a millennial. I'm almost 38 years old. So I'm gonna be. I used to play Donkey Kong and Kirby and Mega Man and Mario Brothers and Mario Kart and all that stuff. Man, I used to love Super Nintendo. It was like my favorite, one of my favorite systems. It was Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. So um that's cool. I saw that happen at a hotel. Hope you guys have fun. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm actually gonna. Well, what's cool, guys, is I'm gonna be flying out to Mesa, Arizona. So if anybody lives in Mesa, I'm gonna be there this month. I'm gonna be there. I think I'm gonna be there the 28th. So I'm flying out to do with Ellie. Is he still on here? Ellie's still on here. Ellie. Yeah, I'm flying out with my friend Ellie. We're doing like a 2-day boot camp to learn how to underwrite, how to find, and how to buy storage units. So I'm pretty excited about that. I would definitely want to go ahead and get going on that and learning that. So I'm really excited to fly out with Ellie, stay in Arizona for a little bit where the weather is beautiful right now, and just chop it up with him and learn and learn together and grow together. Maybe meet some like-minded people at the event and get out there, and hopefully maybe me and Ellie could purchase our first storage unit this year. I don't know. I got my goals up here for 2025. So I have like two whiteboards. I have a whiteboard that shows up a lot of different like exit strategies, because sometimes I forget about exit strategies, so I have to make sure I continuously keep feeding my subconscious with these. And then also I just created myself my 2025 goals. They're pretty up there, man. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty up there. But you know what? I am not going to cap myself. I'm not going to put a ceiling on my goals. It just I'm not going to be that fly where if you put in a jar and you close the lid, I'm sorry, not the fly, the flea. I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but if you take a jar and you put a flea in there, they did this experiment and they put a lid on top of it. The flea kept on jumping, and hitting its head against the lid, right? And so when they finally saw that the flea stopped jumping and gave up, they took the lid off. And guess what happened? The flea already had in its mind that it can get out because there is a barrier, there's a ceiling that's stopping it. Even though this jar and this lid, the lid was off the jar, the flea only jumped as high as where the lid was. So the flea put a ceiling on itself. Okay, so I want you guys to think about that for a second. The flea put a ceiling on itself because it jumped so much, it gave up, and then when the person took the lid off, it only jumped as high as where the lid was. Even though the flea could have been free. Nah, I'm rhyming. Even though the flea could have been free, he could not jump out of the jar because he put a limit on himself. All right. Okay, everybody. Well, I appreciate you. I gotta go. I gotta go to this party. I gotta take a shower. I still gotta change. I gotta do my hair. I haven't done my hair in like probably about 2 weeks, maybe. I've just been wearing hats all the time, as you know. So wishing everybody a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. Spend time with your families. Try to get off your phone. That's something that I'm trying to do at night and get better at, is getting off my phone and not watching any videos and spending time with my family and my partner and everybody else. So wishing everybody a happy Saturday, and a great Sunday, and get back to work and the grind on a Monday. Keep grinding. I hope your 2025 is going to be your best year ever. And I'm gonna sign off right now. So take care, guys.